Right.
All right. Welcome, DSG. Today is a review because you guys have talked about this in the past, but we want to really hunker down now that you are selling it, that it's in your hands, that you are dealing with the questions out there in the world to talk about Ultima diaphragms, flush valves once again. And why wouldn't you want to again? Because it's so much fun to talk about. They're great. So Vin is going to take the lead on this, and we'll get started because we do this in 30 minutes for you guys or less, or the pizza's free. All right.
Free pizza coming to your house. Okay. Thank you, Ben.
No problem.
So yeah, we will be talking about Ultima diaphragm flush valves. Get excited. I know you guys are super excited. There we go. See, the training team is in there. Thank you. Spotlight me, Ben. So what we want you guys to know, and we want you guys to know that a flush valve is not just a flush valve. That's what everybody thinks. Oh, it's just another flush valve, the same kind of thing, same technology. This is not. We're going to drive that home. We're probably going to beat a dead horse, as we usually do. Our goal is, we already introduced this to you guys, but we want to reiterate. This is almost like a study session here. We want to let you guys know that our valve, it's proven, and we've tested it extensively to prevent run-on, saving time, saving plumbers money, and the ultimate end user customer, once they hear that about saving money and maintenance fees and labor, it all makes a lot of sense when you're dealing with, especially facility managers, building owners. These are the type of people that it's going to ring a lot of true bells to them when you start talking about things that make sense. So let me back up there again. So let's actually take a look at a video at how a flush valve works, a diaphragm flush valve per se, and what goes on inside. So let's take a look at this video. Share my sound.
When the valve is closed, the water pressure in the upper chamber keeps the diaphragm sealed against the valve seat. The upper and lower chambers are connected by a small hole known as the refill orifice. Keeping this refill orifice clear is critical to proper valve operation. The flush is started when the user presses the handle. The handle pin opens the relief valve, allowing the water to start flowing and venting the pressure from the upper chamber. Water from the main inlet lifts the diaphragm off the seat and allows the water to flow through the tube into the fixture. During the flush, a small amount of water flows through the refill orifice into the upper chamber. The diaphragm closes onto the valve seat as the upper chamber fills and pressurizes.
So pretty basic, right? How a diaphragm flush valve works. That, for the most part, across the industry is pretty much the same, I want to say. But I did highlight our wiper spring, which that's the differentiator. This is what makes us different. It's what makes this product superior. So let's take a look at what actually happens when you have valve run-on. What's actually going on inside the valve, and why this is a big market to make money in as far as repair parts, because this happens on a daily basis. I mean, it's not happening on a daily basis, but it happens all over the nation where people need these replacement parts all the time.
The refill orifice can become clogged with debris and buildup, especially in areas of the country with poor water quality. A clogged refill orifice blocks water from filling the upper chamber and closing the diaphragm. The valve will continuously run until the diaphragm is cleaned or replaced. Meanwhile, a lot of water is wasted while the valve continues to run.
So there's that key in that last sentence. A lot of water is wasted while the valve continues to run, and any building facility maintenance person will know that will add up. And if you have a valve running for 4 weeks and you didn't know about it, when that bill comes in, that's when they see a huge price increase on what the bill is as far as water. So this is an issue. And then again, you get a product where a plumber has to come in every 4 months, say there's really hard water, and it keeps affecting the actual diaphragms themselves. Now you have maintenance every 4 months or every 3 months, whatever the case is, and that's another cost. So these are things to think about when you guys are talking to your customers, as far as what to question them about. How much maintenance are they having on what's already installed? Whether it's a Sloan or Zurn or any type of competitor. So inside our valve, what are we doing differently? Looks pretty similar to everybody else, right? It's a flush valve. It's the same dimensions. The repair part, the diaphragm, is the same dimensions as our competitors. We did that purposely. We'll tell you why in a little bit. One thing I want to point out, we offer a 5-year warranty on our commercial brass. So whether that's our flush valves, diaphragm, piston, our commercial faucets, the sensor models, they are all 5-year warranty. We believe in our engineering so much, we put on a 5-year warranty in our commercial products. The competitors put a 1-year warranty, a 3-year warranty. We try to up that bit again because we believe in our engineering. And then when you look at internally, what's going on in this valve, again, the diaphragm is what I want to point out. And I did point out our wiper spring. This is the differentiator. And what that wiper spring is doing is that's cleaning on every flush. Every flush cycle, you have the wiper spring cleaning the refill orifice. The competitors, they don't have that. There's an open refill orifice. Ben, I don't know if you have a sample of Sloan. I should have one here. I'm at the design center. I should have grabbed one, right? But Ben, there we go. Ben's got them handy. He uses them as coasters at the moment.
Wait, you guys mean you don't have them in your homes? I don't know.
Not everybody, but not everybody is that excited about commercial.
Yeah, hold on, let me get this. Here we go. So yeah, here's a nice old used Sloan. I keep used ones just in case.
Here, Ben, let me spotlight yourself. I don't know if you can.
No, I can do it. Yes, I can.
Yeah, I want you guys to see actually what Ben is holding up, and we're going to show it in one of the slides here. But that's a Sloan diaphragm. That's a rubber diaphragm. They tend to get warped, cracked, and Ben's showing you the refill orifice there. It's that little brass or metal.
So that tiny little hole, that's all the water's got to go through that, and that's what clogs?
Yep.
That's what clogs, right?
Oh my gosh. Boy, talk about design for failure.
Yeah,
Pretty
really.
much. So when you guys look at that,
You can see through it. This one's actually clear. You can see through it. You can see my head.
it's just coaster water going on
Yeah.
there, right?
I clean all. I double clean the mattress. I have my own wiper spring. I do on top of this. Yeah.
So to our point here, what we're saying is that when you look at our diaphragm, we do a couple things differently. The wiper spring is one of them. This is a Lixil proprietary item. This is patented. This is what we have on our products here. We include this wiper spring on our solenoids, actually on a couple different parts of our products that we have. So we believe in it. The other thing we do is we have the Everlast diaphragm itself. The material is different. You guys seen the Sloan model? That was a straight rubber model. Using rubber, prolonged use in water and being prolonged to chemicals, chloramine, it tends to get warped and cracks. And then again, there's another way for the actual diaphragm to lift if it has a crack, or if it's warped, now it's going to start running like that as well. So a lot of issues with material. We use a EPDM, so we're going to get into that. Here's the wiper spring video, just to show you what's going on each flush. You will see, you won't actually see it, but in the video you'll see it basically just shuttles up and down, cleaning the refill orifice. If any debris does get caught in there, it's going to actually push it through, and that'll get flushed out through the outlet, whether it's a toilet or urinal. So again, this is patented from Lixil. This is something that we use and we truly believe in on our test stands. It matches up with the best of the best as far as competitors. It outperforms the tiered level products, which I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. How the DynaClean wiper spring works. Actually, this is a good video. Let's take a look. It's part from before.
Orifice. Keeping this refill orifice clear is critical to proper valve operation. The flush is started when the user presses the handle. The handle pin opens the relief valve, allowing the water to start flowing and venting the pressure from the upper chamber. Water from the main inlet lifts the diaphragm off the seat and allows the water to flow through the tube into the fixture. During the flush, a small amount of water flows through the refill orifice into the upper chamber. The diaphragm closes onto the valve seat as the upper chamber fills and pressurizes.
So what happens when that refill orifice clogs in the competitors? You end up getting an inconsistent flush. You end up getting a valve run-on. It could continue to run. Your 1.6 may be a 1.28 or a 1.1 now, or whatever the flush rating is. It's going to be decreased, and you're not going to get the consistent performance that you were getting prior to the clog. So that won't happen with this. Go ahead.
Vin, this is great. What I just heard you say, say that little orifice does clog up. What's going to happen is the upper chamber can never repressurize. And so that seal, it never seals again and the water just runs and runs and runs and runs until some building maintenance guy or some plumber comes and shows up and shuts off the supply stop and then fixes that diaphragm. So not only is it a waste to have to fix the diaphragm, but oh my gosh, think of the wasted water until somebody realizes something is wrong.
Right. And Gray, to your point, I've been in buildings where, and I've spoken to facility managers where they just don't have the time or the manpower or the employees to get to it yet. So they put a bag over the unit, they shut off the supply line, and that's the end of that unit until somebody could fix it. Until
a plumber comes. But the fact that it fails in the open position running is just terrible.
Yeah, definitely. It's a big waste for everybody. And then now somebody has to actually spend time fixing it. And really, Gray, when you said fix it, it's basically replacing the actual diaphragm itself.
Boy, it sounds like somebody should come up with a better diaphragm.
You know what?
It sounds like a design flaw to me.
It does.
You're right. I think we might have a solution here, but let's rip on the competitor first. Hold on.
Let's do it.
Let's get to the ripping. So on the debris test, the Ultima really it stands out. And when you look at the competitors like the Sloan Regal and the Zern Aqua Flush, you could see where the amount of flushes it took to where it got to have a clog and then run on. Same thing with the Zern, it lasted a little bit longer, and then it started to have run on. And then with the American Standard Lixil model, you're having a consistent flush again because it's clearing out any debris that will get into that refill orifice. So essentially, we'll say it's 99% clog free. We can't say 100%, but it'll last 4 times longer as opposed to the competitor products. To mention the actual diaphragm material itself, it's an EPDM material, and we don't need to go into the acronym of what that is, the ethylene, propylene, dion monomer, right, Gray? I believe that's
something like that, yes.
It's basically a hybrid. It's not rubber, but it's a plastic rubber, I guess you could say. It's a hybrid.
So it's a man-made high performance material.
Yeah.
And Vin, I happen to know our Japanese chemists in Tokyo were the ones who came up with the formula for this. They worked really hard on it.
They did a damn good job because this thing, we tried to get these things to warp and crack and put them under really harsh conditions, and they do not. Even after the chlorine exposure of dumping them in there and having them submerged, they do not actually crack under that.
So it's going to last longer.
It's going to last 4 times longer than the competitor, which means less maintenance. You will not have to touch the valves for quite some time. So again, this is something that we have, but nobody knows about it. It's up to us to actually market it and let our customers know and the plumbers know and ask them, would you like to use a sample? I'm sure our reps have a good amount available to have a plumber try 1 out, try 2 out, see if it's something that they like, and then we want you guys to stock them because that's the idea, is to be able to actually get it in the customer's hands right away. So when you look at the competitor, we don't do a tier like the competitor. Sloan and Zern have basically like a tiered setup, a good, better, best. When you get the Ultima, it's basically just the best version. We don't have these other versions. On the competitor chart, you could say the Royal Best and the Aqua Vantage Best pretty much match up with the Ultima. They do a little different setup. They have more of a filtered bypass setup instead of a wiper spring. Eventually, that will have to get either cleaned or replaced, most likely replaced. But again, on the test stands, we match up with the Royal and Aqua Vantage Best versions. So we're at the top of the line. So you get good margin. You get a 5-year warranty. You make like I said, make a good amount on the margin from Lixil products. I believe a little bit better than the competitors here. That's always good, making more money, right? And we can provide these slides for you guys after the presentation. We'll make sure you guys get this just for a reference. And ultimately, I know that was really bad. Ultimately, what we wanted to do, I know, Gray, come on, I'm taking it from Ben. These are Ben-isms.
All right.
The idea is to, again, like I said, the diaphragms are universal. So they will fit in Sloan and Zern's valves. We didn't necessarily, we want you guys to sell our valve bodies, yes, our brass, but at the same time, if we can improve the competitor, and that's just part of our engineering process, great, excellent. If we can't get the customer to get rid of all their brass, let's put in the repair part, the diaphragm, and actually improve the competitor's product.
All right. So Ben, I just heard you say, we don't do good, better, best. We only do best. So like we only make Ferrari. That's all we make. We don't offer. I don't want to diss anybody. We don't offer anybody. We don't offer.
We don't offer Yugos.
Yeah. Okay. We don't. There you go. We only do Ferrari. But if you happen to own a Yugo, we're willing to sell you a Ferrari engine to drop into it.
Pretty
That's
much.
basically
Yugos are classics, so that would be nice if you could do that.
But or my Ford Focus or my Honda Civic. What I'm hearing is that we'll sell you the Ferrari engine that and we engineer it to fit into my Honda or my Ford Focus, right?
Gray, that Ford Focus or that Honda will be going 0 to 60 in probably 4 seconds.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be quick. It's gonna be quick.
Awesome.
No, that's a great analogy, actually, Gray. Because again, that's what we said. We only offer the best. So if you put our motor in the competitors under their hood, it's actually gonna make their vehicle perform at a higher rate.
So performance and reliability shoot up for the competitors' products, is what I just heard you say.
Correct. That wasn't our ideal intention, but if we can't win the brass, we want to put the repair part in. And that's a big market. You guys know, with diaphragms are a big market. Plumbers go to counters and say, I need a Sloan diaphragm, and they usually pan over pack, and they keep them on their truck. That's the idea. We have not been in that market. We've been in the piston market because we truly still believe in piston. It is great technology. But now with the wiper spring, we're now able to bring the diaphragm up to that same type of technology performance as piston. So here's a good cheat sheet. We offer different repair part model numbers for whatever flush rating that is either in our brass or the competitor's brass. So you see there urinal at a pint flush, a half-gallon flush. Toilets are at a 1.1, 1.28, 1.6. We even have our clinic sink version, which is 6.5 gallons. So depending on what that
I think this is important, Vinny. The flow rate of our flush valves is totally dictated by which diaphragm we put in it. Is that what I just heard you say? That's
correct.
Yeah. So like if I've got a flush valve on a toilet, I can change the amount of water it's using by switching out, either putting in a 1.1, a 1.28, or 1.6 diaphragm.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And that's done by the thickness of the actual flush valve assembly.
Got it. Again, our buddies engineered the EPDM to flex at different rates. Got it.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so again, we'll provide this quick reference sheet here. The install of these are, I don't know if has anybody ever ventured into installing one. It's so easy. It's really easy. You just shut off the supply line. Sometimes you don't even have to, but I would say in this one you do. In some models you don't. You shut off the supply line, you take the cap off, and really you're just taking out the diaphragm. On our piston models, you don't have to shut the supply line off. But this one you do, and it's super easy. For anybody who's in the commercial world that is going to be dealing with this, give it a whirl. Reach out to your reps if you want a sample. I know I'm volunteering the reps to do that. If not, I can always send you guys a sample as well, because we want to make sure that the customers do know about this. This is a fantastic swap out product. And that's the Ultima. I know we're showing a sensor model as well, which we weren't going to talk about that, but we do have side mount operators that can retrofit on our products and the competitors as well. But that wasn't really part of this.
All right. So what I just heard you say is if I've got a Sloan or a Zern flush valve and I don't want to buy a new flush valve because I'm that guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I can up the performance, dramatically up the performance and reliability of my Sloan or Zern by dropping in an American Standard diaphragm, the Ultima,
Mm-hmm.
the wiper spring and the EPDM. And I can also purchase the side mount actuator, and that also will bolt on to a Sloan or a Zern.
Correct. So you can make it a hands-free product, which is where a lot of commercial spaces are going anyway. So
Unbelievable.
Double win. Double whammy.
So what I'm hearing is that we've got the parts to sell. DSG will have the parts to upgrade every single flush valve out there.
Correct.
Awesome.
That is correct. Yes, good clarification. Great.
Save a bunch of money.
Save a lot of money. You guys will save the customer money. And I think if you approach it in that that kind of talk track of time saving, money saving, water conservation because of valve run-on. A lot of those things will ring true to the facility
Wow.
maintenance people.
Imagine you're a counter guy and you sell this high performance diaphragm to somebody who's got issues and who's trying to maintain all these diaphragm flush valves in their building or properties. Imagine if you sell them this high performance thing that you know will last 4 times as long and never clogs up. What a hero you would be.
Yeah, you become the hero.
Right?
Save the day.
They might come back to you and buy other stuff from you or look for you for more advice.
There you go.
So Gray, you bring up a good point. Credibility.
Yeah.
It's a lot in sales, and for those in sales, you guys know, as soon as your credibility is questioned or shot, that customer might not be a customer anymore. This will allow you guys to have credibility because it is a product that does work 100% of the time, every time.
So Benny, what I just heard is you want the DSG counter guys to look like heroes.
Yeah,
Of course. Hopefully we can help them do that.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Any questions?
Any questions? What's it? Or would you like to play a quiz?
We could do a quiz.
We can do a quiz.
Let's see. I think I got a quiz pulled up.
Beautiful.
It's ready to go.
Beautiful.
I'm pretty sure everybody will get these for the most part, right?
Yeah.
We're going back to 80s.
There's some Lixo bucks available.
We got Lixo Bucks. If you guys have any questions, unmute. I know there's something in the chat here. Ken's going to order one. All right. Excellent.
Yeah, Ben, you know, I know you collect diaphragms. The holidays are coming up. I know what to get you.
Oh, please. What's it got?
Stocking stuffer.
It's my. What's it got? I have like 3 Sloans. I got 2 Zens. I need some American standards for my.
I was going to say, there's a good chance I'm going to get you an
Oh
Ultima.
man. Perfect.
Ben's hooking that up in his master bathroom. He's got a commercial.
It's going everywhere. It's going to go in my outhouse. I got everything. Done.
I'm sure Allie won't mind the noise in the middle of the night flushing that toilet.
I'm going to get you the gift pack, one of each flow rate.
Wow. Wow. It's like a sampler.
It's a
Actually,
sampler
you
pack.
could make Allie wiper spring earrings.
Oh, that, you know what? That's high. That's highfalutin. Too fancy. We need to keep her grounded. Maybe I'll just make earrings out of them. Put them on her.
That's a good swag shop gift. Gray, I like that.
Isn't that cool?
Viper spring earrings.
I think the diaphragm's possibly too large for a gauge.
Yeah.
Yeah. That could be a medallion, like right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
A pendant, maybe.
The rings.
How many we got in? 7?
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready?
Give it a go.
Give it a go. You guys can still log in if you're still trying to log in while the game's going. All right, let's do it. Good luck, guys.
Here you go.
Khalib.
Nice job. If you guys, Khalib, Terrell, Tim, if you guys could put in your email address in the chat, I want to make sure we get you guys your Lixel bucks. Sorry if I cut it off short on you guys, Jess and Robert. I was going to see if the board could change. I don't know if it was going to be able to. But here, just real quick to go over what we just talked about. What's the warranty on AS commercial flush valves? I think we talked about it, 5 years. What is the name of the wiper spring technology? I think we beat a dead horse on this one here. It is the Dynaclean wiper spring. I didn't really mention Dynaclean too often. The Ultima diaphragms are interchangeable with select Sloan and Zurn models. That's true. They are.
That horse is dead. Yep.
Yes. Yeah, that horse has been dead.
Yeah.
What are the benefits of the Everlast EPDM diaphragm? Here's one of my trickery questions. Resist deformation from chlorine, which is true. It's interchangeable on upgrades, select Sloan and Zurn diaphragm valves, which is true. Fits in all competitors' piston valves. That's not correct, so you wouldn't select that one. Runs on battery power, not an option. There's no battery in this. Indestructible, also not an option because you could destroy anything pretty much these days. And then when installing the SMO side mount operator, it is not necessary to shut off the water supply. I don't know why I left this one in, but that is true. It's not necessary to shut off the water supply.
That was a challenge question.
That was a challenge. I didn't realize I left that one in. So, and you guys all got it right. Nice. Excellent. All right. Nice work. Gray, Ben, anything you guys want to add in there?
No, what's it called? I think you guys get it. You've seen it. We just wanted to follow up and kind of remind you, like I said earlier, this is you're out there, you're selling it now. This is something that is important to get your head around fully, so you are confident when you're selling and you feel good about selling it. That's really what we're doing this for.
Yeah, and to build on that, Ben, American Standard's #1 in the commercial plumbing space, and that's not by accident. It's because it's in our DNA. We've always obsessed on quality and performance. And how do we make it easier for the plumber and the maintenance guy? I don't know if you noticed this. We don't obsess on cost. We accept, the price of the product when you purchase it. We obsess on from that moment on, and it ends up being more affordable for all of our products over the life cycle of the bathroom, the building, and the products. You will always save money putting an American Standard in because it's superior quality and superior performance.
Mm-hmm.